And welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break. I'm your host, Sahil. I have way too many people here today. I got Rahi, I got Roy representing the USA, and of course, we got Chris Brown representing the Jamaica Reggae Boyz. Everyone, we got a big match. Let's get into it. A lot to discuss, and that's, of course, because the U.S. men's national team is playing Jamaica in the CONCACAF Nations League this Thursday. Let's preview the match. I'm going to get rid of that banner, Chris, so we can see you. Chris, take it away. Let's start with you. How you feeling?
It's tough, guys. And before I even start with the analysis, I got my little Unity pin here. It's just a hard my head and my heart are torn every time we get in these situations, But I think, if I'm looking at who's going to have the advantage in this one, I think there's just so many missing pieces for the Reggae Boyz right now. Amari Bell and Ethan Pinnock, two of their starters in the back, are out. And then on the front line, you don't have Nicholson, you don't have Damari Gray with the Canadian suspensions with the cards. Leon Bailey, a disciplinary issue, he's out. Bailey Cadamateri, I went through great painstaking details to try and make sure I got the pronunciation right for you. This may be the first and last time his name is mentioned on the podcast because he receives a Jamaica call-up last Thursday. He gets a England youth call-up the day after. We don't know if he's coming to camp.
Betrayal.
There's a lot going on with them right now, and when you talk about process and results, the process going into this one doesn't look like it's going to turn out to be a positive result.
All right, real quick, Chris. Let's show the graphic for the team because you guys got a nice graphic.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Any names you want to quickly point out here?
Wait, first of all, can we talk about how beautiful this graphic is?
Yeah, it's
really well done.
I want to hire the graphic designer for the U.S. men's national team. Let's get the graphic designer. I don't need any of the players. Get the designer over.
That's what we need for sure.
The game's not played on paper, but if it were, maybe we would win it. Just based off of that,
100%. Not even
the bird. What a beautiful bird.
We should show the graphic the whole time, man. Just like no one wants to see us. They just want to see the graphic.
The key is the comparison to look at ours because ours is pales in comparison. Forget those boring.
You want to see?
Oh man, it's even a bad picture of Anthony Robinson. He looks kind of, he looks a little soft here.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Theirs versus ours, man. Look at that.
God, man.
Yeah,
kind of chunky there too. I don't like it. Why only one player? It's a team. What is this?
I know they got like the coach and a goalie.
Beautiful.
This is like one one box, filled color blue.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Real quick, Chris. Anything here you want to point out real quick?
We point out the fact that there are 4 forwards that could be all Jamaica has for this game: Burke, Antonio, Lowe, and Dixon. Dixon with no senior international experience. That's potentially what we're facing in this upcoming game, given all the suspensions, unavailabilities, potential international legion switches. That's really the issue. So on the front, you say, maybe you have the attacking talent to put up some goals. That's going to be tough. With Bell and Pinnock out, you try to hold it to a defensive game. That's going to be tough to hold a clean sheet for 90 minutes for 120. Honestly, I think maybe the best chance is to try to get to penalties and see if you can win it there. But it's very difficult for me to see a way forward where they're not going to the third place game. Once they get there, I think they'll be in much better shape. But the unavailability that they have on this roster, it's just a lot to deal with right now, man.
What is going with Leon Bailey, man? Why he's always the villain somehow? If it's missing 15 chances in one game, missing curfew, he knows how to miss things really well, huh?
So I think that is the issue when you talk about Bailey. There's been a wide discrepancy between his club performance and his national team performance. It's been well documented, the amount of chances that he's missed. And maybe this is perhaps part of the explanation for it. You hope that he has better mental focus coming back from this suspension. That's, really an embarrassing thing to have happen on your record like this. And, you hope to see improvement and not any sort of recidivism back to those type of habits.
Yeah, I mean, one guy on our team who we've seen, Weston McKinney, kind of went through the same thing, and now he's a man possessed, right? So that can have that effect. I mean, he's playing the best of his career, looks incredible. So that switch happened for him. All
right, let's talk about Jamaica. Thank you, Chris, for that.
Chris.
Good job with that. And now the Rowdy Boys. What you guys got for our team here?
Rowdy Boys.
Dude, I'm trying to stay neutral. Actually, I wore a gray shirt, so I should not say our team. I should say.
Are you neutral? Are you trying to be neutral, Sahil? What is this?
The Mari gray shirt that you're wearing there. I don't know.
The Mari gray shirt. I think Chris
Brown. Send me a Jamaica Reggae Boyz jersey. I'll wear it, man. No,
I'm Chris, you're overestimating the U.S. men's national team, buddy.
Completely overestimating.
Like big time. The problems you outlined. The problems on the U.S. side is we're being coached by a terrible coach. Like he is bringing in a group of players who are excellent for their clubs. McKennie's absolutely killing it. Pulisic is the best player in Serie A. Let's be real. He's probably the best attacker in Serie A right now. For some reason, when these players come together for the U.S. men's national team, they're muted. Their talents are put aside, and they're forced into this box to play a position that they're not comfortable with. And then on the other end, we have players who are either not playing or playing horribly. None of our goalkeepers are good. The one position we are phenomenal in, none of them are good, my friends. And then we got Mr. Gio Reyna, the worst loan in the history of the sport of soccer by far. Like, what is he doing? He's had, 22 minutes over the past couple months? Balogun, Mr. Rocky's favorite player in the world. He said he was going to be the greatest striker in U.S. history. What
is there anything you guys want to point out from this? Before I can get rid of this awful graphic. No offense to Anthony Robertson, but compared to the Jamaica graphic, I mean, I don't want to see this too much.
I mean, look, they got the right guy on the front. I mean, it could be him, Christian, or Weston. So we've got three fantastic players who I don't worry about anymore one bit. Jedi, Christian, Weston. They have reached the level at which I'm not even concerned one bit. It's like the kid you don't worry about, right? Like it's the kid who's gonna be fine. I don't even have to check up, watch the goals because I know they're all gonna be good, right? I don't need to watch Wes's assists, Jedi's assists, Pooley's goals. They're all at this point. They've graduated from my concern.
I like it.
What hasn't graduated from my concern, and let's remove the graphic because I need to say this very clearly. Right now, a few months away from the summer, I'm really scared of the complacency that exists in U.S. soccer. Roy, we're about 2 months away or 3 months away from, I think, the biggest tournament this team will play in my lifetime. Copa America on home soil, leading up to a World Cup on home soil. That will be the biggest tournament by far. I mean, this is the best test coming up in a few months for the World Cup. And these games are a test and preparation for Copa America. And I don't see enough urgency. We have a coach who seems to be middling around. I wouldn't mind a bit of a wake-up call in these games, honestly. So I hope Jamaica gives us all the fight we can handle. I think we need a wake-up call, Roy.
But I share your emotion of secretly hoping the U.S. loses. I felt that a lot in the Greg Berhalter era. No, I have felt, you kind of said it, buddy. You said it. I heard you.
That's not what I said.
No, but I'm being real. I have felt that many times leading up to the last World Cup where let's just lose this game 3-0. Let's lose this game 3-0. Let it be a wake-up call for the Federation. Let's get Greg Berhalter on the hot seat once and for all, or fired, but it never happens. We're not going to fire Greg Berhalter if we lose this game. It's not really going to be a wake-up call. So let's be real. Let's look at histoy.
I mean, that's my fear. 1-0 in the first leg.
I want to ask this question though. I want to ask. Okay, so who needs this win more? I want to go to Chris first, and I'll come back to you guys. So Chris, do you think Jamaica really needs this win? You've already said they probably won't win, but what do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about history because the tournament. It's very young, only the third iteration, but the United States has dominated this tournament. This is the first time Jamaica showed up to it. So, all those things in addition to the roster issues, I think it's just a tough thing for Jamaica to try and pull the upset. And the directive that Coach Halgrimson has gotten, based on my scouring of Reggae Boyz YouTube over the past couple of weeks, is that his number one mission is a World Cup qualification, the second one since 1998. So really, that would mean the most important games on the calendar this year are against Dominica and the Dominican Republic, because those are their qualifiers. Obviously, they need to be able to do well and, make a competent competitive showing in games like this. But in terms of, needing to win the game, I think if they get a third place finish in their first ever Nations League, that would be a success. And that's probably what I'm predicting is the most likely outcome here.
Okay.
I don't think either of these teams need this game. Honestly, they both need it minimally. I think for the U.S., I'd like to see an impressive performance. So I'd like to see us dominate, or they need a big test, right? One of the two. I honestly, if it's a 2-1, aggregate score or something like that, I'll be really disappointed. Throw it in the trash. I don't care about that.
Hey, time out. Roy, you think that the U.S. doesn't need to win this game?
The U.S. needs to win every game it plays against quote-unquote lesser competition. If we're losing these games, Berhalter needs to effing go. We have too many important games coming up. We have Copa America, which people are treating as this kind of audition for Berhalter. Oh, if he does well, then sure, let's keep him for the World Cup. If he doesn't, then that's a sign to get rid of him. If he's losing the games leading up to Copa America, let's bring a coach who could help us succeed in what you said, Rocky, one of the most important tournaments in our lives as U.S. fans. But we're treating that as the audition. Yeah. This is the audition. If
100%.
we lose this game, we can't tie. But if we go to penalties even, then this isn't the coach, man. Been around for 5 years. This isn't the right coach.
Yeah,
we have to win every single game of these.
Yeah, we can't waste Copa America. I don't want to wait. We cannot waste that tournament.
We're waiting for that to be the test for Berhalter.
I mean, I just want to make a very strong statement. Copa America is our Euro. Like, England doesn't go to Euro and be like, oh, well, we're just prepping for the World Cup. We're like, it's like, that is the tournament, man. Yeah.
England exists in a very different environment as far as their federation and this one, right? Just the resources, the gaps that exist. It's a different sort of situation where you're talking about, England needs to show that they can beat France or Germany, teams that they may likely have to beat to go to a World Cup, versus teams like, again, say, Jamaica, that are trying to find a way back to capture that magic from almost 3 decades ago. So I think it's apples and oranges there.
I get it from the Jamaican perspective, but at the same time, look, from the U.S. perspective, right? Copa America is the tournament. There's no let's use it as a prep. Prep for what? Yep. That's like saying that's like saying I'm gonna work out at the age of whatever 30, so at 60 I can be fit. It doesn't make any sense. It's like you gotta be fit at 30. 30 is when you gotta be fit, or whatever it is, man.
Greg Berhalter performance in terms of coming up with a good metaphor there. Would you say, Roy?
Some people would get it. Some
I'd give it a solid D+, which is what I would give Berhalter as well.
But you get the point.
I mean, kind of.
Not really. I didn't get it.
I guess they don't. I don't know.
This is the problem with the U.S. Federation and fans. This is what we have to do with. So okay, predictions. What's going to be the score of this game? We'll start with Chris.
I don't know if you have me contractually obligated of a positive result for Reggae Boyz. Let me say 1-1 after 120 minutes and 5-4 on penalties. How about that?
Wow.
Ooh,
wow. Okay. Look at this guy.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
All right.
It's a likely result.
All right.
US. 2-1 US.
That's a 1% chance of this happening. That's the.
No, I think that's you are overestimating the US, my friend. I am really worried about these predictions because they may come true.
All right, Rahi,
I say 1-0 US.
I got 2-1. 2-1 US. Similar. Nothing to write home about.
Goals. 2 goals by your boy Balogun, who hasn't scored in 6 months.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You know it.
He's got 2 goals in the past 5 months. Exciting.
Yeah. But he's been playing well. Chance creation is high.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we'll be back after the game to give a recap. Either it's going to be a complete rant on Rahi and Roy about the state of the U.S., or we'll see what happens. But for those of you out there who are enjoying this, please subscribe to the channel. And everyone out there, watch the CONCACAF Nations League, U.S. men's national team versus Jamaica. It is appointment viewing. Forget March Madness. Just watch this. And as I always say, what do you mean? No. Yes, of course you got to watch this in a March Madness, man. Who wants to watch, like, I don't know, McNeese State versus Gonzaga or something? Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. As we always say out there, actually, I got 2 people on here. So I'm going to give it to, who do I give it to? I'll give it to
on here. There's 4 people on here.
All right. We'll say go USA and also go Jamaica Reggae Boyz. There we go.
Throw up the pin. Put up the pin, Chris.
That's right.
Put the unity pin. Yes.
Unity.